Happy Sunday, everyone, and happy Mother's Day to all mothers everywhere. This is something I got from my youngest. It's the teachers that helped them put this together. And I love all the things she has written. Mom, I just want to say I love you so much. I just want to hug you. My mom is really good at cooking, painting, taking care of me. Mom, you are as pretty as moonlight, rainbow, sunshine. Oh my goodness, that's so cute. And the best adjective that describes my mom is funny. Well, there's a disclaimer on funny. Funny means when I get very angry, my children start to laugh at me. I do not know if it is a defense mechanism they have or my anger looks funny. I don't know, but all my children agree on this that, it's very frustrating. That's all I can say. But anyway, and this one says, my favorite memory with mom is going to Taylor's with me. Now that has a lot of manipulative intent in it. Taylor's is a local ice cream shop, and we go there and they have the ice cream is locally made, and it's just she wanted to go there today, and she said, oh, see, this is my favorite thing to do with you. And there are a lot of things that we do together, and every time she thinks it's her favorite thing to do. But I think that was a quick one, and we didn't get to go to Taylor's today because today it's been a busy week, and it's going to be the following week is also going to be busy. That's for very good reason though. So I'm going to backtrack a little. This is my vlog, catching up for the vlogs of the last 2 weeks. Last Sunday got away from me. I simply never got around to filming a vlog because there was just so much to do. Last Saturday, was it last Saturday? Yes, last Saturday, the 6th of May, I did a spring marketplace, and I did okay. I did sell stuff, and me being very new at this, there's a lot for me to learn, to close a sale. Sometimes the right words don't always come to me when I'm in these situations. I start to feel very shy, and that is something I am going to need to have to overcome. But overall, it was a very pleasant morning. We started in the morning and went till afternoon, and thankfully it was just in my town. I currently live in a small town in the northeast, and I am very new to a small town community where everybody knows everybody. New, not in the sense that I have been in this geographical area for the last however many years. It's not that, but I grew up in a big city, and the life that I knew was more about nuclear families, units. When you have visitors, space is tight, and that kind of you don't see greenery around you. It's always busy, it's noisy, and that is what life was. And then now I don't think I can go back to a city and feel as comfortable as I feel in these very green small towns. So, I suppose, wherever I find myself, I try to make it my home. And the way things are here, there's a lot of wildlife, a lot of greenery, and a lot of weather also, cold weather. And fall is beautiful here, spring is very short-lived, but very beautiful also. So overall, this is a very different experience for me in the last few years. So it was wonderful, that your friends that you meet in all the places. They also came to support the local creators, and everybody was very nice. I sat next to, like, I never really got a chance to sit, but I stood next to two of my friends, and one of them knits and crochets. She's the one who told me about this fair, and there was another friend who bakes. So it was like we were replenished. Let's just say my baker friend kept us fed, and it was beautiful. It was the weather was pleasant. It was windy, lots of pollen. Things started falling in, all of the stuff, and sometimes you just have to dust off the table just to get rid of some of the pollen and botanical stuff that fell on the table that I set up. Everybody's table, really, because we were under a tree, which was wonderful for the shade, but those things, they were there. But I loved the experience. Could I have sold more? Maybe, if I had a little more comfort in selling, if I knew how to work with someone's budget a little better, then I could. These are questions that I realized later rather than on the spot, but I would not have realized it if I was not on the spot and not knowing what to do. Other than that, I would say it was okay. Of course, it would have been better if it was more sales, but even then, it was okay. So with that, there is one more thing that is in progress that my daughter is making for me. It is supposed to be a keychain, and she put the initials of the pet names of each of her siblings and herself. This is still a work in progress, and she didn't know how to close this. So I'm going to take it to my jewelry class tomorrow and ask the teacher if she would have any tips for me to close this off. It's pretty. She chose wooden beads to do it and some very sparkly ones. So yeah, I'm getting very, very royally treated by her. All the cute little things that I have gotten. So I am going to set this thing aside. This is very precious. It's going to go on her art grid panel. She has a grid panel downstairs for her art, specifically just the things that she makes in school. Our library gives out craft kits. She works with that. We put those up in her art grid panel, and she loves seeing it. I love seeing it. So some of these things are going to go there, and I am going to want to use it clearly. So we'll see. I'm going to set that aside, and okay, so here's my bullet journal. Is it visible? I wish I had caught the morning light, but I was so busy making lunch and everything that I had lost the morning light. This is a polar bear. I hope you can still see. This is a polar bear with 3 cubs. The 3 cubs are symbolic of the 3 children, my 3 children. And I feel like, bear, mama bear kind of thing. And I love the color scheme. I usually do not handle muted, pastel type, neutral color schemes, neutral or pastel color schemes very well. I love my colors bright. But every once in a while, it's nice to make something that suits the eye a little more. So that is my May bullet journal opener, and this was from April. So these 2 weeks I was creative every single day, which is amazing because these were busy weeks, and yet I was creative in some definite way. And I have another show coming up this Saturday, the 20th of May, and I just was not getting what I should take to the show. I usually like to take fresh paintings, you know. So fresh paintings, I just didn't know what to choose, and I also like to work in a series. So at a point, a time came that I started painting these paintings after last week's craft fair. So I started on the 7th of May, last Sunday actually. And so far I have completed 6 paintings. I think 5 of those fit very nicely into the theme that I have in mind. I don't want to show it here right now because, for one, they are set up to dry, and if I take them down I might mess up some of the wet paint. Sometimes, you know, a painting looks dry from the surface, but since I work in so many layers, I really have to allow it a lot more time to dry, which is something I'm hoping to like finish it by this Tuesday, allow it the time, and then go for sealing them. Okay, so that is that, and I'm gonna put that away, and that just leaves me. Okay, so this has been my sketchbook, and I've been trying out various things, and I think this is a very fitting thing for today. There are very few incidents in my life where I had to be as strong as I had to be as a mother almost on a daily basis. I don't know if that sentence even makes sense, but what I'm trying to say is, of all strengths, motherhood requires the most strength. At least that has been my experience. Strength, resilience, and also a certain amount of openness to ideas, as well as letting go. Letting go probably letting go before I am ready. It's like when my oldest graduated high school, it was the year of the COVID, and we didn't even get to go, and I recalled all her graduations, her preschool graduations, when she wore a pretty little red gown with a red cap. It was, I remember I bawled so profusely publicly, and there were other people who were also crying, but I have that memory, and this is such a pivotal high school graduation, and nobody could be there. They just made sure that only the students attended, and it was broadcast via YouTube, so thankfully we got to see it, but it's not the same as being present. That didn't keep me from crying, but you know, so all these things, it's just seeing your child grow up, and when they are on time with their development, it's all beautiful, but it is also very hard. And when the children are all young at the same time, it's immensely taxing to take care, because they would all fall sick together, they would all have problems together, and you never get to have any privacy to go to the bathroom, to all those things, you know, that mothers do. My mother had to do them, her mother had to do them. I'm not doing anything special or new, but still, that is something I am doing for the first time when I was doing it, and it was very taxing. And then the time like almost goes in the blink of an eye, and now I have 2 kids. One is in college, and she came to visit, and we had a great time she stayed with me Tuesday through Thursday, and then she had to go back again. But it's just how you relate to your children change over time. All of these things. Motherhood is a very transformative journey, and I think that is safe to say universally. No matter how the journey to becoming mothers, the journey of being mother, these are all very, very transformative experiences. They stretch you in ways that you could not have imagined until you stepped into that moment. And then also kind of opens your heart and mind in a way that you never thought possible. At least I didn't think. I see the changes in me as a person, not just the obvious physical changes, but all of the emotional things. Just not always agreeing, but still giving them the space. And all of those things. It just has, I could say that I have grown up in immensely different ways with my children. So yeah, enough on that. I think everybody has experiences similar to mine, or even, these are pretty universal experiences, just saying. And here I was in my sketchbook trying out things, like what to do, what would look like, and etc, etc. And there is a drawing of a turtle. It's a toy turtle. It was there. It had plenty of details in it, and I just sat there and I drew it. So that, what else is happening this week? Or what else happened? Okay, I just showed you the tracker. I did not wait to do the filling up today because, it's been 2 weeks and I was forgetting. So I just kept doing it. I only did 2 days of meditation. Somehow meditation is not working out. I'm not in the sense that it's not beneficial for me or that I'm not enjoying when I'm able to do it. I enjoy it, but somehow I am not managing time, energy, responsibilities enough to fit that in. Yeah, I think that would describe the situation most accurately. Other than that, yes, the weather is better now and I'm hoping to resume my walks. But, to be fair, I do have like everyday responsibilities. Those do not get shelved because I have craft fairs coming up, right? So those are there, everything is there. There is my job, and then it's a lot of things, and I'm trying to do the best that I can. And that is all I have got to say. It has been 2 creative weeks, and eventually I'll be able to show you the various paintings that I made. But today I would not go in and mess with them because I know they are not dry. So that's about that. And I look forward to seeing you next week with my next vlog. Bye.